Welcome back. This video is going to be definitely the fastest when it comes to creating foliage styles because it's very simple to do. And this time around I'm going to again use only 5 colors, but again you can always add more colors and more details. Just as previously, I will simply prepare this entire surface, and now look at this. For this you will either need a sprite or you will need a lot of patience, whichever one you want to choose. So what we are going to do is create a simple shape which is going to be our brush. So let's create a new file completely, and we will create a simple brush inside of it. So these are going to be the leaves. So if you imagine the patterns of leaves, this is essentially what we are going to create here. So perhaps one leaf is going to be here, maybe one is going to be here on this side, maybe one is going to be here on the top, it's going to maybe be a bit thinner, and maybe let's say one is here. Now from this we are going to create a brush. So we select the pattern that we want to create, and as I have shown you previously, press Ctrl B, and now you have this brush available to basically replicate this pattern in whichever color you want. And you have 3 options. For this one I will use paintbrush, so we can paint it however we want to. Now one thing to note is that if you don't have this option in Sprite, then you would have to basically just copy paste this on top of each other and try to replicate it like that, but in that case it's no longer fast. So this technique basically only applies if you have either Sprite or some other software that can use paintbrushes, basically custom paintbrushes. Okay, so let's say that we have created this pattern. Let's use it just as well. Okay, so the easy way how we can do this is simply pick the darkest tone, pick it a few times simply to create the silhouette. Then within that you can take 1 tone brighter and use it a few times. Be very careful not to overdo it, because the light is coming from the top left, so basically like this. So you want to make everything brighter in this area. Then pick again 1 tone brighter, use it a few times, do it again for these leaves, and then finally use it just a couple of times, maybe 3 max, and there we go. So you are basically doing the same thing that you have done previously, but automatically. So you are taking the leaves in the shadows and you are placing the leaves in the light on top of them, and that's all. This is very fast style to do. And now that everything has been layered, now you can go back inside, and if you want to play around you can refine it in a sense, if this is something that you really want, and so on. But basically you can see how this style is very quick to do, and depending on how your brush is, you will have different effects. So on this brush we have 4 leaves. You can have 1 leaf, 2, maybe a dozen, who knows. So please experiment with this style if you have Sprite. It's quite easy and fast to do, and it's excellent for prototyping. But again, if you want something more refined, you will definitely have to go back inside and refine this entire foliage as is, because we are pixel artists and we want to target specific pixels and make sure everything is in its proper place. That's all for today. If you want to find out more, please visit the links down below, and as always, relax, enjoy and have fun.